Hey everybody, what we're watching right now is just a live feed of what's going on in Boston. I have several different feeds that I'm looking at, so I thought I'd share it with everybody since I'm bored. Okay, so basically you got the people that are like, you got the Antifa and the Black Lives Matter people trying to fight for the right for free speech, and then you had the counter protesters show up, and it's been, relatively peaceful, but there's been a bit of violence happening. The cops have now moved in and like pretty much pushed everybody off to one little area, and you're hearing the police scanner right now. I don't think anybody's been killed or anything like that yet. I say yet because, these things, the way they always turn out. Okay, so this other channel that I have going, they're just going to be covering Trump now, so it's like not even worth watching at this point. But I will see what other feeds I've got for you. That one's over. So as you can see, right now it's relatively peaceful, but the counter protesters were lined up like 2 miles down the road. And that one's a little bit too glitchy. See, there's the cops just marching in. That's what was going on. So the free speech rally ended because of all the protesters and stuff, so they had to move on. So yeah. They were sort of trying to work with people in small groups of people, asking people to leave and to move back. And when that didn't happen, and when the pushing and shoving started, that's when you saw some of those arrests happen here at this intersection.
Thank you for clarifying that, Steve. And it's interesting that as you watch this entire thing, it really does seem like it's going like clockwork, really pretty well choreographed with opening those streets back up as well. We're going to go to Sharman Sacchetti, and she's been outside of the Common. We know that there's another group gathered there. We see transit police working through on bike. And Sharman, what else are you seeing there?
We made our way way over from Charles Street, and we're now on the Tremont Street side of things right now, and we can tell you that, people are pretty much just kind of hanging around, meandering about, milling about. We're behind the transit police, who've just left their position right in front of Tremont Street. It appears as though...
That's the Boston Common there. Not much happening there. Some of the titles are kind of deceptive, though. Some of these people's cell phone connections suck, apparently. So yeah, I don't know. Like, these people never give it a rest, do they? They just want to keep the protest going, and they want to find a way to always be upset about something. Not much is happening at this point. So, sorry, folks. It's just taking a minute to load.
As the crowds continued to build, we saw the more intensity, and it seemed to escalate about a half hour ago when report 6 or 7 people were put into the back of the transport van.
No, we got a new one.
Yeah, they are violent.
There you go. Here's the amount of cops marching in. Like, this is just ridiculous. The amount of police that are there is totally freaking insane.
You guys are all just gonna walk past the Dunkin' Donuts back there? I've already gotten hit by them today. I'm not really. That's what we're out here celebrating, right? Free speech that goes bi-directionally, right? I can say what I want to the cops. They can say what they want. That's what we're out here for. You don't like what I'm saying? Emotions are high right now. A lot of people got hurt.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want to the cops, but the cops can, beat your ass because I don't agree with them doing that, but that's what they do. If you speak off to the cops, you're going to get beat or arrested or pepper sprayed or something. And then you're going to whine that your free speech is being impeded when you went up to a cop who's armed and said you're a fucking bitch or something like that. The cops are there to protect you too, you idiot. They're supposed to be anyway.
They ran scared. That's what all this drama's for. They decided to leave, get out of Dodge early, and folks don't want to let them.
Well, you mean BLM and Antifa? People don't want to let them leave? Gee, I wonder why. They're so innocent.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to figure out the amount of people here. Cellular towers are not good. So.
Total insanity right now. Like I said, the counter protesters were marching for like 2 miles apparently, and it's just like, it's just getting insane. I know there's not going to be very many people watching this, and there's not going to be very many people in here, but I thought, why not present the live footage as much as I can? Let's see if we can get another view here.
What up,
So
Chair?
once again, what has happened is a bunch of people were standing up for their free speech, mostly BLM and Antifa.
Wait, what did they do? Because I'm about 2 hours out of date.
Hey. What's up?
Not much. Just hopping in because you invited me, and I'm about 2 hours out of date. What's been going on?
Okay. I will mute this. Hold on a sec. So apparently what's been happening is like, I guess Antifa, Black Lives Matter and stuff, they organized this free speech rally, right?
Yeah.
And the counter protesters showed up, of course. And the counter protesters are like 2 miles long down the road fighting against Antifa, I guess.
Okay, that's slightly different, unless this is completely different than the one that I saw this morning, but initially there was supposed to be just a minor free speech rally
Yeah, exactly. And it was fine until like
but
everything.
Antifa and Black Lives Matter showed up and came marching in.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is Antifa and Black Lives Matter were the people holding the initial protest, I thought.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the BLM and Antifa people or whatever. I believe, as far as I could read, they were the ones holding the protest, and people, because I saw counter protesters show up to protest hateful merch or something like that. So
this whole thing is confusing.
So the people you're looking at right now are the people who are the good guys who are against Antifa and Black Lives Matter and all that bullshit. And they're not alt-right, as far as I can tell. So
I caught one thing this morning of a dude walking along in a Israeli flag, and they were shouting, "No backpacks! No backpacks!"
yeah,
it's just like, what
I
the
know.
fuck?
It's going insane at this point. It's just, and then you woke up, and then there's the thing in Russia this morning, and then there's this shit.
Wait, what happened in Russia this morning?
Oh, it's another stabbing
Jesus fuck.
that ISIS has taken credit for.
Of course.
No one killed. I think it was like 8 injured so far. As far as I know, no one's killed yet. They might die in hospital. I don't know. But ISIS immediately took credit for it. That's when you knew for sure that it's Islamic terrorists. When ISIS is like, we did it. Because the other
I'm
ones
so fucking proud about it too.
And now, like, okay, there's this channel on YouTube. I used to like some of her stuff. She's called The Truth Factory, okay? She's a cute little cat avatar and whatever. But she just posted a video talking about conjecture and talking about the James Field conspiracy and basically trying to confirm all this conspiracy stuff like she believes it. And I'm like, you call yourself The Truth Factory? Like that, okay. There's another guy named James S. Field or something who is a military officer, a military captain who they say, oh, we think it was that guy driving the car.
The fuck?
Oh, yeah, so there's this conspiracy that James Field is a patsy.
That's fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. I know, but they claim to have compelling evidence about it.
Oh, so is that like the compelling evidence that the Polacks had, that it was an Antifa kid initially?
Yeah, I guess.
What are they going to learn? Let the cops do their job.
I know. There's this guy marching in. He's saying that the free speech guys were cowards, but that's why I'm saying that I think that the original people. But it's funny, they started to try and fight back against the cops, but they had like, I'll have to find the footage of it. Hold on. 8 deep in this big mob of cops. Like there was like 40 cops. See, at least they're saying, what do we want? We want justice. At least they're not saying, what do we want? Dead cops. At least they're not saying that.
Agreed. Fucking hate these people.
But these are the good guys, like I said. Like, all the people who were doing the free speech rally, they cleared out pretty fast because the cops, like, marched in there and fucking... They had the sirens going as loud as they fucking could, you know, when they try and confuse people.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I guess, a good way to do it. I'd rather them just pull out the sound cannon, though, but I guess they're not allowed to use that anymore.
Ha ha.
No, the sound cannon that the cops use, I guess they don't want to cause damage to people, right?
Yeah, I
The
know.
cannon,
That's
it doesn't make
also
any
why I'm
actual
laughing.
sound. It's just like, but it makes you like.
Yeah, I know. It's
your head.
It's
Yeah, your brain can hear it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no.
This guy looks like an Antifa, though. I don't know if he is or not, but.
Well, there were two Antifa kids supposedly that were getting interviewed by CNN earlier. They were wearing weighted gloves. One of them, like, it looked like he had a weapon on his fucking hip. Okay, both of them had
This guy's
backpacks
really
too.
good, though. If you hear the way he's doing it, he's really good at it. Like, he's actually good at what he's doing there. I don't know. Some of them, you hear them repeating stuff, and you're like, why are you repeating that? Like at the Trump Tower thing, whenever they would say something, they're like, where's my mic check? I'm like, fuck off with that mic check bullshit.
Well, you want a mic check so you can break people's ears when you drop it?
No, when you say mic check, what mic check means is you're supposed to repeat back what they're saying to you.
That's stupid.
In a protest. But that's fine that she was saying certain things, but then she started saying, I want to invite you, and the crowd's like, I want to invite you. It's like, are you morons? She was trying to say, I want to invite you guys in November to go on the streets. It's like, what's that going to do? That's not it's not election year.
That won't do anything.
Yep, Antifa. That's these guys here. These guys are the Antifa guys. So I guess I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm confused because news reports are all different. It's hard to tell who the good guys are. And there's also claims that some of the Antifa guys are pretending to be Nazis too.
Oh, like they were at Dickie Spencer's event last year?
Yeah. See, at least these guys are behaving themselves so far, at this moment anyway.
When you sent me the link for this, I was just like, what the hell? Did it go violent already?
It did earlier. Let me try and see here. I will show you. Oh wait, this is my stream, never mind. I will find the other stream and show you.
See, searching Boston Resist right now.
Let me try and read the exact story so I know exactly what the fuck is happening. It says thousands of counter-protesters are gathering Saturday in response to a self-described free speech protest. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here is that like.
Let's see.
Okay, the Boston Free Speech Coalition is the one who supposedly had it. So Trump supporters, blah blah blah. So yeah, it's all right. Fucking.
Yeah, there's maybe 30 of them in a gazebo in the center of the park.
I know they all moved off now though. But you know they'll be back. You know they will. But no real Nazis, no real all that bullshit. Thank God. Oh my God, there's a fire. Big surprise. Burning a flag. Is that a communist flag? I think so. It's red. I don't see any stripes on it, so.
I like how they're calling it the white supremacist turnout when one of the guys that's in that freaking gazebo was a fucking Jew wearing a freaking Israeli flag. It's like,
there's
really?
libertarians. There's a whole group of people. They said libertarians, Trump supporters, blah blah blah. All those people, So, but these guys, with the hoods on their heads and the shirt over their head and not wanting to show their faces, but they usually start the shit, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Big surprise! The guys in the mask are the ones burning shit. That doesn't surprise me one bit. As long as they don't throw acid in anybody's face, we're okay, I think. But yeah, you start doing that shit, and then the cops are gonna show up again, you idiots. Like, anytime you start fires and stuff, the cops are gonna eventually show up, so. Here they go again. I'm so sick of hearing that.
I'm just sick of all of them.
I know, they can't think of anything new to say, really.
I mean, who was it that said liberals don't have any original thoughts? They're just parrots?
Yeah, I guess.
As I freaking parrot, you know, whoever freaking said that. Ah, Jesus fuck.
No, it's true, though. The white YouTuber is selling an all-white shirt with nothing on it.
How much is that? 35 bucks?
Yep.
How did I fucking know that it was going to be like 35?
He's like, I wanted something to represent white, so there you go. Like, really?
Should just be a little, like, off-white or, like, very light gray tag on the bottom that just says, the white YouTuber.
Yeah. They're just going to use as many hashtags on here as they can.
Fucking hell, though. I don't get it, Chair. I don't get it.
What? These people that they think it's doing something?
I mean, when I was a kid, I mean, there was the whole thing in LA, there was the thing in Seattle in like 98. And I mean, when 9/11 happened, yeah, it brought everybody together and there was this whole huge thing freaking rallying behind Americana. And it's like, you know, that was sort of the environment that these people were brought up in. It's just like, what in the hell happened in that decade and a half between then and now?
I know.
It's honestly pretty depressing.
I know. By the way, I did what Liz did, and I did a what's it called? Stop shadow banning us video.
That's, I think, I mean, as much as I know it's completely disconnected from what we're going over right now, but
I'm trying to prove a point with it. I'm trying to prove a point that that it's not the hashtag that got her to get half her monetization back. I'm trying to prove a point.
Well, I mean, what I was going to say was I'm not trying to...
Considering I have a comment on that video, but it won't show me that comment.
I can't see half my comments either, but...
I know, that's what I mean. If that person is shadow banned, you're not going to see their comments.
I mean, I was going to say, too, with the whole YouTube shadow banning thing now, which is actually less shadow banning and pretty freaking obvious with how they're doing it.
Yeah.
As much as I love doing this whole social justice content and stuff like that and covering, you know, people like Riley, it's like, I'm still going to do that, but it's not going to be my primary focus anymore. I think I'm going to try and switch more to doing gaming with, like, well, gaming and other, you know, other shit. I'm trying to vary my channel a little bit, but
that's what everybody. Look at this guy's screen. It's way too like.
That is one busy fucking.
The video footage is fine, but the background. This guy's like multitasking like crazy.
Did he paint his desk green so that it freaking pops up too with the chroma key? That's just no. That is too busy.
Like that's fun to see all the coverage at once. So, and that's fine to do gaming stuff, but everybody's doing that. You know what I mean?
Well, true, but I mean, there's specific things that I'm going to be trying to focus in on with it.
No, I mean you can. Well, you mean talking while you're playing gameplay, doing gameplay? Is that what you mean?
Mm-hmm. One that I'm actually going to be working on with Kyle tonight is actually just finished downloading a normal Lost phone.
Oh, yeah.
I know I really should have done this back in June with June Challenge and whatnot, but because that was also Pride Month.
No, but it's like I would love to do that stuff, but my computer sucks too bad to do it.
Well, my computer sucks too bad for it too, which is why I'm looking at trying to pick up a new computer and a freaking splitter box or whatever, so I can freaking record the shit or whatever, because I'm a console pleb.
Yep. No, I mean it's good to be able to go to Twitch and shit like that too, right?
Well, I'm probably not going to be doing Twitch, but
No, but if you're doing gaming, you can. So
true. Whatever.
like that's the thing. It opened it as long as you have gameplay in the background, it opens you up to be able to do other platforms. I mean, like I got verified VidMe now. We'll see how it helps or not.
Woohoo!
I know it took forever. Like I figure the reason why they didn't do it is because I hadn't, liked enough videos. You gotta like a certain number of videos in order to get verified or whatever.
That's
Now
weird.
I can actually put my videos into categories, and I'm getting like, right so far, like 40, 50 views so far, but it'll go up, I'm sure.
That's
But I
weird
honestly
though that
think
you
the
have
shadow
to
ban
like
thing,
a
I think
certain
that
number of
moved down
videos
south
to get
because
verified.
Freaking Suit Yourself mentioned it and shit. Like a bigger channel tweeted it out, so people noticed it, right? With mine, it's like nobody cares. It just seems that way anyway. And yeah, all the stuff is just that stupid other terror attack this morning. It fucking pissed me off. I just woke up and I saw that. I'm like, God damn it, not again. And the problem is I had to do a search for it. In order to find it, it was kind of buried on Twitter a little bit.
Well, of course they're going to bury it, because pointing out the issues with Islam is, oh no, that's Islamophobic.
Yeah, especially if ISIS has said, yeah, we did this. And that's the thing, is it like ISIS came out and said that they're responsible for it. Who knows if that's true or not, but most likely. Oh wow. Look at that fucking shit.
Confrontations in Boston after protests.
Oh, they succeeded at keeping it peaceful. I think you're speaking too soon, lady.
I mean, I was watching this stuff for a while this morning, and there was fights like every 30 feet. Like it'd be 2-3 people get into a scuffle, and then everybody'd be like, no violence, and they'd stop for like a minute.
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying though. Like if this continues into the evening, it's going
to be hell.
Because at night is when they really start their bullshit. They don't do as much during the day because they know there's kids around and stuff like that, so they don't want to get in shit for that.
Wait, okay, so if they don't really start shit during the daytime, then
they have a little bit.
What the fuck was with the Unite the Right thing last week Saturday?
Well, I'm saying they do a little bit during the day, but more of it is at night.
No, the worst of it was Saturday last week.
I don't know. That torch rally was pretty violent.
That torch rally was nothing compared to the next day.
I think the reason why stuff has been mostly peaceful at this protest today is that, like, sure, there was fights earlier, but once the cops moved in, there were so many of them. The Boston Antifa, though, are the ones that are fucking whining. See, that was earlier. But the Boston Antifa were the ones that were fucking whining about the Cracker Barrel. And look at what the police are carrying. It's not even standard batons now. It's just wooden sticks.
Well, I mean,
Like what,
they're
is it a wooden
confiscating
baton?
them from the Antifa people, so might as well freaking use them.
I know, but normally they have their billy clubs or whatever they use.
Oh, well. Maybe they, I don't know, something rush production.
Every time the cops do this, though, it makes you think of like Aeon Flux or like V for Vendetta or.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
But it's just, yeah, with all the terrorist attacks lately, it's like I'm kind of scared about them coming here, you know.
Well, vote out Trudeau.
Trudeau's up. It's those idiots. It wouldn't matter who's in power; they'd find a reason to protest. Like, get Trudeau out, we're probably gonna just get someone worse. Like, both the Conservative Party and the Liberal Party in Canada have destroyed the country when they're running it. And the only other choice is the NDP, but they never win. Like, there's never been an NDP, which is new to Democrats, whatever. There's never been a prime minister that's NDP, so. You get your choice of two. You get the Conservatives or you get the Liberals. That's it.
That's kind of like the U.S. then in that case.
Yeah, but the Conservatives here, some of them are religious, I guess, but it's not the same type of conservatism. I don't know how to describe it. It's hard to describe.
Maybe about 20 arrests, but when you're talking 30,000 people, that is very small in the big picture.
Wow, that's insane.
Today, you have a nice...
Okay, so there's 30,000 people there, and there's only been about 30 arrests.
That's mildly surprising.
Yeah. That's pretty good, and you're not seeing that as many bloody people walking around. Which I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. It's bad for news reporting, I suppose. But
yeah.
Well, buddy, you shouldn't be on Periscope if your phone is that shitty.
Are you
How bad is it? Hey, Smash.
Hey, are you like device shaming? He can't help the device he can afford.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I'm not gonna go on Periscope with my phone and shit.
I know I can't go on Periscope if I want to cover one of these events right now because the really good camera, freaking the lens cracked on it yesterday at work. So,
Wow.
Well, not to mention, I mean, like, are you guys viewing a Periscope right now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, you're sort of streamception in here, so I mean.
No, I'm not on Periscope. I'm viewing Periscope, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, you're streamcepting. You're going through a Periscope, which is like a stream, and you're viewing that through your own stream. So it's going through different filters.
No, I meant on the actual page of the. On the actual Periscope page.
Yeah, he's not paying attention to the Hangout itself. He's just looking at the website.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. All right, the website has to go through a series of like devices and satellites and whatnot, whatever the magic that they put it through, and then it's getting filtered through this Hangout, which is why it looks as bad as it does.
Well, it looks bad for us, but it doesn't look bad for him because he's watching it on browser. So it's maybe like between 240 and 488 for him.
No, that makes a lot more sense.
144.
Okay,
that
makes a lot more sense.
That was blurry. No, it was blurry for me too. It was.
All right.
Like,
it's all voodoo to me.
This guy needs to pick one at a time.
All right. So what's going on? Are they tearing down another statue?
No, there was a free speech rally at a big old gazebo from back in the day, and Antifa and BLM decided to show up, and they showed up in mass. Like, there was between 25 and 30,000 people that showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, very little violence so far. I mean, there's been minor scuffles, but no one we've seen is need to be hospitalized yet.
See, that's them there arresting a bunch of people, but yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that George Soros money came in a little late. Maybe they're waiting for that check. Maybe they're waiting for the check to clear. Once the check clears, oh, time to riot.
This rally was done with organized by a free speech group who said, for Trump supporters to come and libertarians and like everybody, So that's what this was supposed to be. And then the free speech rally had to clear up. But you see what I was saying about them starting fire on the stairs, that the cops were going to block them off?
Yep.
That's what they just did. Yeah, some Antifa guys were just burning some flags and shit just now on that staircase.
Wait, who's that on the roof there? God damn it, helicopter! Turn back! Turn back! Is that a sniper's outlook?
Probably.
I can't make it out, and I think this is actually a drone, which only makes me want to buy one even more. Fucking expensive.
No, actually, there's a helicopter going over. I don't know if this is the helicopter one or not. Let me see.
That's awfully low for a helicopter.
No,
also, helicopters don't normally have like periscope on them.
This is the chopper one.
Oh.
Yeah, this one's breaking news.
Confrontations in Boston. That's what it says. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big crowd that turned out. They said 30,000, so that's.
Well, that's not small.
No, I know, but considering there's been very few arrests, it's been pretty good. So.
That's less arrests than your typical Red Sox game.
Oh.
Oh, got to get the advertisements in there somehow. Everybody, get Frontline for your doggos.
Yeah. Oh, but they say that advertisers don't want to advertise on violent stuff.
Well, here's the thing that I don't get. Everybody turns in when shit goes violent. That's the best time to advertise.
I don't see anybody on the roof anymore. Oh, right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's got to be a sniper.
I don't know if I'd say that. If it was a sniper, I mean, it would have been mentioned on the news. I'm pretty sure it's just news people.
Well, I mean, if it could be, it's police, but you never know. Might be a police
I meant
spotter or something.
Like a police sniper, like just in case.
Oh.
That wouldn't surprise me, but.
Cops in Boston are a lot like the cops in the UK.
Yeah.
How so?
They're everywhere and they're unarmed except for the specialist ones, which are everywhere hidden at all times. And are there within 30 seconds of something going down.
Well, so someone tweeted a GIF earlier of Good Will Hunting, the Apple scene, and they were like, "This is Boston right now." How you like them apples? Yeah. Because all the free speech guys left, and it's like, you shouldn't be celebrating that. You shouldn't be celebrating that you, like, even if they're anti-fan, whatever, you shouldn't be celebrating getting rid of 30 people. 30 people. Okay, that's how small the actual initial protest was supposed to be. Like, it wasn't that many people. Free Speech Coalition, they're called. But then, and then these guys all showed up, and then they ran away. So. Because there was some violence happening. So. Like these people, I don't know. And it's so confusing right now because you don't know who the quote-unquote good guys are. If there is such a thing.
I doubt that there is such a thing.
No, not anymore. Now with all the conspiracies about freaking Charlottesville, it's insane. Like, there's still people out there who say that the Batman shooting was a false flag, and that the school event, what's it called? What was that school called? That was a false flag, and that,
Oh, which? Sandy Hook? Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, there's still people that think that they were all crisis actors. And I'm sure Alex Jones right now is probably like, See, these are all crisis actors. They should just apply for a rally permit in every city and then not show up to any of them to see how many anti-flag guys show up. That's actually a good idea.
I mean, that's what Durham was supposed to be.
Yeah, no, but he's saying just file all these permits, and then these people will just show up to protest. And then you can see how many there are. Let's just say that they are legion and they are many. It's not like in Europe though.
I guess. I don't know. We are legion. That's so cringy.
But it's just funny. Everything on Alex Jones is just like.
Well,
I really don't know. I really don't know what to think about the Sandy Hook thing there, David Lutz. I don't know. He's saying that Sandy Hook was definitely false. I don't know. There were some weird, fishy things about it, but I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, so I don't really like. I'm not saying it's not possible because the government's done it in the past. I'm not saying, I'm not saying they couldn't have. But with Sandy Hook, there was a lot of people involved. There's enough people in Sandy Hook for it to be like Manhattan Project. Like they managed to keep that a secret somehow with that many people, but I don't know.
Don't turn conspiracy on me, Chair. Don't turn conspiracy theory.
I'm not. I don't believe the conspiracies. I know what they are. I just don't believe them.
All right.
I know about plenty of them. I just find them comedic. I don't put any faith in them.
Guy in chat believes in them, but I do appreciate you watching though. I really do. I like to have discussion on both sides of the spectrum. So if you believe in that stuff, that's fine.
I mean, the moon landing was a complete hoax, but
well, everyone knows that. But
I did find it kind of interesting though that Obama, when he first got into office, the first thing he said was, "We're going back to the moon." I'm like, you never went there.
Well, we never went to the moon. I mean, come on. Everyone knows that.
That's actually one of the.
Ooh, look at them Harleys.
I know.
I want one.
That is actually though one of the more believable conspiracy theories.
What, that we went to the moon?
That we didn't go to the moon, yeah.
That we did or didn't?
Didn't. I don't believe in this one, but I really like the Mars one because that one's funny. Every time someone mentions that conspiracy, though, I'm just like, get your ass to Mars.
Get your ass to Mars.
Alex Jones is the shill for Israel. That's why he'll never call out the Jews. He did call out the Jews. He said yesterday that Charlottesville was all Jewish crisis actors. So what are you talking about?
He actually says a lot of shit about the Jews.
Yeah, so I don't know what you mean. Calling them out for what exactly? Calling them out for what? Controlling the media and shit like that? That's just because Jewish people tend to be good with their money, but
that's why they control Hollywood.
Yeah. It's not some conspiracy to control the world or anything. They're just really good with money. Well, maybe it is. There are these parties with different groups in Hollywood that have been confirmed by multiple people. It's funny. It says 0 viewers, but somehow he's talking to me from the stream. So are they hiding Are they hiding my viewers or something?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Are you that important?
Apparently.
Well, maybe it's because you're one of the few people who is actually broadcasting about this. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a story. I met someone, cool story, bro, by the way. I met someone who was from that area. I knew that that's cool wasn't even in operation at the time. The school wasn't in operation at that time. The people who were acting in this ordeal were all paid operatives. Mm-hmm. Now, the only weird thing I will admit to, involving Sandy Hook was the fact that the government had bought all these houses in that area like a couple months beforehand. Like that part was really weird, but I wouldn't say that I'm quite going as far as those nuts yet. I wouldn't go as far as to say that everybody there was an actor.
Yeah, it sounds a little too conspiracy theory for me.
Because
Agreed.
no, they were saying that like the dad, for example, his emotions were fake or something. You know. But there's just so many of these events that it's like, ugh, that's really bad color there, buddy. Why would you watch that one? Anyway, yeah, it's just funny with those conspiracies though, because it's kind of like, well, I don't think our government's that smart. When I say our, I mean like our governments, I should say. But Trudeau's definitely not that smart. But I don't think the U.S. government is that smart to pull off such a big conspiracy like that. With all these events, all of them being false flags somehow.
Well, I mean,
Not anymore. I mean, it's not like we still have Nixon in office.
I guess I'll
Okay,
quote.
I guess that joke was.
Yeah.
Well, no, they have been. Okay, there have been during real conflicts. Yes, there will be false flag operations that are carried out and stuff. But why would they do it this often? I don't like with a big war, like financial stuff. I understand that. Like I understand why someone would do a false flag for that reason, for money. But like in this case, what are they getting out of having a false flag? Like what are they?
I'll quote Ben Shapiro on this one. Why would you apply malice when stupidity and ignorance would do just fine? I mean, it's entirely possible that these are not smart people.
Meanwhile, there's a stream at the Syracuse airport showing just the runway. Nothing's happening, but you could just watch planes land.
Why is there a stream going on for that? Well, does someone predict?
They have a camera. They have a live stream, I guess, that's always pointed at the runway. I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's just a promotional thing?
The type of videos that YouTube wants. Oh, that's a big guy. Jesus.
Big man?
Though that, like, there are certain things that they want to feature or whatever. Look at this guy. Fuck.
Oh, that is a big man.
I kind of just want to watch that guy eat.
That's a unique kind of fetish that you should keep to yourself.
No, it's like, could he order a pizza while he's doing his thing?
Oh no, you clobber.
This isn't live coverage of a protest, you liar. Oh, what movie is this?
No idea, but you're going to get yourself a copyright strike if you keep on it too long.
Yeah, you best get off it. That might, I don't know, maybe that's designed to do so. That way, if they want to take your stuff down, they have a right to do so because you showed the footage. That you could apply malice to if that is the case.
That was less than 20 seconds, so.
All right, but I'm just saying, can you imagine if that is the plan? That is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Let's get anti-trains in here. Because he believes in everything. So.
Now, if we want conspiracy theories, I mean, I'll send a link out to Sargon. He might have a thing or so to say about it.
Yeah, I'm sure that Alex Jones will be talking about this later and be like, "Oh, the whole Boston thing." Okay, BLM rally. See, that's why I was saying that the people who organize the free speech part of it, they moved to a different part of the park, obviously. That it was the BLM and Antifa that were trying to fight for their right to have free speech, but there was only like 30 of them. Now, as you can tell, there's more. I'm gonna crank this for a second. Listen to what these Black Lives Matter assholes have to say.
Those giant banners are expensive to get made. Where'd you get the money for that? You're so disenfranchised, bro.
QR code on it.
Oh, the code there? Oh, that'll probably link you right to the Black.
No, I know, but how big it is? It's huge. I've never seen one that big.
Oh yeah, if you're viewing this on like a live stream like we are, chances are you could probably scan that with your phone. So that's probably the idea.
Yeah, okay. Black Lives Matter resist hate? Okay.
Right.
These people don't even know what free speech means, though. That they don't realize that free speech includes the Nazis.
No, they don't, which is why we must laugh at them.
Yeah. Is that girl? Is that a girl topless or is that a dude with the camera?
No, no. They're wearing. She's wearing a peach top.
Oh, damn it!
Why? You want nudity? You think your stream needs tits?
Which okay? So one of the Black Lives Matter people holding the banner that says "Which side are you on?" is wearing a bandana over her face like the Antifa do. Or is that an Antifa member? That probably is. Never mind. But you know, like to say that the Antifa are totally for free speech and shit, bullshit. They are. Look at all these race. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like a racist asshole, but look at all these race traitors. Just saying. You know what's funny is the more outspoken Black Lives Matter activists are actually white.
Well, that's the idea.
What, like Rachel Dolezal or Sean King?
Yeah, and like what's his name was running for mayor or whatever. Yeah.
Well, you have to understand that the people who are being guilt-tripped are white people, and if you don't support them, you're a racist. And so really, it's more of like, if you don't show up, you're a racist, and it's more like a threat.
See, when they're chanting that, though, they're kind of forgetting a word. They're forgetting the word, only Black Lives Matter. Like that's what they meant to say, but they just forgot. There's over 600 neo-Nazi groups. You liar. You liar. Vanguard, for example, are not neo-Nazis.
Well, you have to understand that they choose who the neo-Nazis are, or the Nazis.
Yeah,
it's not a matter of like who they actually are. It's just
like Spencer and Kessler, not neo-Nazis. You know.
Or alt-right and all. I mean, these are people who are going to label you something, and they speak nothing but the truth, and therefore you are this, you are that.
Well, the alt-right guys, they call themselves that. That's why, you know. So.
Well, the alt-right, some of the alt-right guys are fucking morons. But I mean,
some of them.
Good point. Good point. They're all a bunch of morons.
So someone is commenting on the speech. The alt-right terrorists scattered like roaches. Who are the terrorists again? The ones who saying that white people should die and be put into concentration camps.
Or who are the ones who are destroying property? Who are the ones who are breaking windows and stores? Who are the ones doing the actual terrorism? Yeah,
to be fair with the neo-Nazi guys, at least they only attack people.
Yeah.
Shots fired?
I guess.
No, I'm saying those KKK guys, they're not smashing buildings and shit. When they're fighting, they're beating up other people. They're never damaging property just because. They're never running around saying, "But I should own this property," but destroying it.
Yeah.
Someone said it at DM group earlier, Lawful or whatever, said, "Oh, do you guys know any I can read, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, Jay the Magic.
Yeah, the guy.
Like, go talk to Jay the Magic. He would love to send you these hours-long lectures about random fucking ANCAP topics.
Who's the other YouTuber? That guy T? I think he's also an ANCAP.
And then Dolphin said, or he could talk to a better-mannered ANCAP like me. I'm like, you're not. Since when are you an ANCAP, Dolphin?
He is what he says he is.
If he wasn't, why would he say he was?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd say he's an ANCAP. He's too. I don't know. I wouldn't say it.
Wow! My chat is filled with rhetoric now. Do you want to hear the stuff that this guy is saying now? Okay. An actor betraying one of the Sandy Hook fathers. Yeah, I saw that supposed thing. Do you know that different people handle grief differently? And just because he was laughing right beforehand with his buddies, just because someone made a joke to make him smile right before he had to give a speech saying how sad he was, doesn't mean that it was fake.
Well, not only that, we behave differently when we're with people than when we are by ourselves.
if you can show me proof of the guy's paycheck, you know, if you had that, that would be damning evidence, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be.
If you want to know who's behind all of this, you have to ask the Jewish question. Almost all prominent actors and actresses are Jewish in Hollywood. There are hundreds of Jews in the political field, legislative and judicial branches, all taking orders from a pack of lobbyists. Plus, Jews created the porn. And what? What? No! Created the porn industry and video games. The Jews created the video games.
That's like some next level retarded bullshit right there, Chair.
That's
like,
why I like. That's why I like posting my live stream with all these hashtags, because you're gonna have. Okay, I'm just wondering, David. What? I don't care. I'm just wondering what side of the political spectrum do you fall under? For supporting the Black Lives Matter people on Antifa that are at the speech rally, or the other guys? Just wondering. Oh my God. The reason they have to wear masks is because they're paid to be there, an antagonist. They had their masks off earlier, right before they put them on. We saw their faces. They're not doing a very good job.
I do think that yeah. I was going to say that I do think that there is some reasonable reason to believe that there is a lot of these actors there actually are actors being paid and traveled around the world to various different areas like that. Mostly because there was video of, I think there was some reporter who said, "Oh yeah, I saw that there was this one protest. They recorded one guy, and they saw the exact same guy in a different city."
But you see, here's the thing: there's a lot more evidence for George Soros paying people. That doesn't mean they're fake. It just means that they're using their political ideologies to make money. It doesn't necessarily mean they don't believe that. But there's more evidence for that than there is Sandy Hook being a conspiracy. I mean, like there's more actual evidence for the Soros thing.
Yeah. I mean, the Soros question, you know, is rapidly becoming a much more interesting question.
But you know what's funny is one of those phone numbers that was listed for the last protest thing. Red was there when I showed that. We looked at the number, and it's actually some political advocacy group that's run by that's paid for by Planned Parenthood. So it's like Soros is funding Planned Parenthood now. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, it does bring about exterminatus, and that does seem to be something that he advocates for.
So never mind. We now know which group he's with, because he's like, they're trying to eliminate the white race and decrease fertility. That's why if you're a man who wants to take estrogen. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one for Red to talk about.
What?
Ready?
What now?
That's why if you're a man who wants to take estrogen, you're praised as being a hero. But if you're an older woman who wants to be fertile and have a child, they will not give it to you. Yeah, because you'll die.
Literally.
If you're over 38, I think it is, your chances go up, number one, to have a baby with Down syndrome.
Ugh.
And number two, to actually die during childbirth. That's why people like 18 kids and counting, she had to be hollowed out inside.
And let's not forget there is a specific age range where girls or where women should be having children, and that's about 20 to 35.
No woman in menopause
it's that age range where the body is the strongest and can actually do it. Before then, the body is too small and you're probably going to die. Before then, the body is too dried up and you're probably either going to die or the kid's going to be born.
Right.
Well,
but how many menopausal women have you ever heard go, "Gee, I wish I could get my period again"?
One. just one, and that was my mom, because she wanted more than 2 kids. But she's just like, you know what? Whatever. Afterwards.
Oh, and also, hey,
they're making the frogs.
It's not just that; they're also making the frogs trans. That's the other thing. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, I heard about the transgender frogs thing when I was a fucking kid. Like, it was 1998 when that research popped up.
It is very old footage. I mean, InfoWars has been around for a while.
Nazi isn't even a word they used in 1930s Germany. No shit. That's the word that's the short form that everyone in the media and the West started using because it's easier to say than National Socialist Party. That and they didn't. Most American people didn't speak German, so.
Well, in Milwaukee they did up until about
They didn't create video
1935.
games. Okay, with the video games, it says they didn't create video games, but just like television and news personalities, it's Jewish rhetoric behind it. No, like, okay, so I'm playing Grand Theft Auto and I immediately think of Jews? No.
What?
You said Jewish rhetoric, right? So if it was Jewish rhetoric, then I'd be playing Grand Theft Auto and it would be like, oh, wait. You
Goyim!
throw someone out of the car and they'd be like, oi, vey, give me my car back, you goyim.
I don't know if Jews created video games. I'm pretty sure they didn't. But even if they did, it's not really something that's important. Just because video games are now made by many different people of different races, different ethnicities, and different everything. And now a large portion of video games are made by Japanese. So I mean, it's not really an important thing to think about.
More zombie chanting. Together we will win. We will beat the white people.
How come people gotta be such idiots, Chair?
I don't know. I understand. Okay, I understand there are many facets of life that have changed for good with the development of technologies, but that doesn't mean we can't adhere to the basic principles of the Constitution. Black Lives Matter and TIPS are those funded by Jews. Yeah, but even if they're funded by Jews, you just said that they have the right to. If you want to protect the Constitution, then you need to protect both sides. Simple as that. Both sides get the right to say whatever the hell they want. I'm not talking about punching people or breaking windows or any of the violent shit. I'm just saying that if you're protecting free speech, you need to protect it for everyone.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm sorry to think that what all boils down to is that maybe we just need to outlaw circumcision because it drives you insane later on in life.
Yes.
It's just one of those things that maybe what we should. It's much simpler than that. Maybe it's like chopping up the foreskin creates insanity and down the line. I'll try and pitch that idea to Playapod next time I talk to him.
Please. Now she's trying to say that the water shortage in Flint, Michigan was racist.
That's stupid. I'll quote.
The privileged people had water.
Again, I'll quote to Ben Shapiro and just say, why would you attribute malice to something that has just been done by stupidity?
I don't know. For example, and seeing the the actual original 8 Mile tapes, there were a lot of white people in Flint, Michigan, in that Michigan area too. Like Flint has some white people in it, and they're not giving one half of the people clean water, and the black people are getting that dirty water because they're dirty niggers. No one's doing that. That'll be their words, not mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Chair, you might want to pick your words carefully here, my dude.
Well, I mean, if you want to be dropping that word, I can see if I can get Chrissy in here.
Well,
I like black people.
Well, you have to remember that you are from Canada.
I have black friends, whatever.
You are from Canada, and that does classify you as a snow nigger. But
one of the guys that was talking to Joe Rogan about Charlottesville, right? Owen Benjamin, he's a comedian. He was talking to the different groups in Charlottesville, right? Like the Antifa and the white nationalists and everything. And he said, "I'm gonna bring up that Chris Rock joke, but I'm not gonna say the words or anything." But Chris Rock said that there's the one group of people and then there's the other group of people. So he essentially just called one entire group of people, either the Antifa or the white nationalists. He called them the N-word. And that's pretty funny because Chris Rock said in that joke when he was on stage, he said, and I'm not talking about just black people either. So yeah. No. Oh, so you played some telephone. Big deal.
Good for you.
I called this person, and they called that person, and they called that person. So, guess what? The people that you scared out of the park, who had the right to speak, by the way, the people you scared out of the park, they were organized too. Sort of.
Sort of.
They're calling this organized, but yet down the street there's all these other protesters that are marching, and it's not one coordinated thing. Like, there's one group of people in this park area, and the other people are still marching, and then like,
Yeah.
it says it's in Boston, but they're like fight supremacy, and it's like, that's not really what the fight was about, but whatever. It shouldn't be hashtag. If it's a free speech rally, it should not be hashtag fight supremacy. So I think Black Lives Matter decided the other people had their free speech rally, so now Black Lives Matter is going to hold their own anti-supremacy rally. I think that's what's happening.
Something like that. I don't know.
I mean, you could have.
Oh, he's talking about the old woman again now in chat, and he's like, she can't get a C-section. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This guy is fantastic in chat. This guy's awesome.
Why?
The reason Planned Parenthood performs so many abortions, ready, is abortion is a satanic sacrifice. I'm
starting to think he's trolling you.
Probably.
I think you got a troll.
No, Alex Jones thinks that shit, so it's not really that shocking.
Well, does he?
Not that far off to think that a real person could think that way.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, the thing you're saying about estrogen things in the water or whatever, yeah, that part is true. I'm not going to deny that part of it. That there's chemicals that mimic the effects of estrogen. I won't deny that. But it's not some conspiracy to kill a bunch of people or control anybody. Like, the whole estrogen thing, just accidental based on chemicals being dumped in the water and shit.
Are you serious? Are you saying
like you have like testing facilities, right? We'll dump shit in the water, some of them.
Are you saying Chair, are you saying that there's chemicals in like water right now that could potentially increase estrogen?
Yes.
Oh.
Because that's been proven, but
okay. I actually didn't know that. I didn't think about that. All right, that I'm gonna stop drinking water then.
No, because like you'll have testing facilities that'll dump shit, and then it'll go down the drains, and then it'll get in the water supply.
Well, I mean, not only that, but with and I know this much because my mom works in this industry, but one of the things that water treatment or water reclamation plants have a really hard time doing is, well, clearing out pharmaceuticals. So that'd be like the pill, estrogen supplements, blah, blah, blah. Testosterone supplements as well. I mean, even the best facilities have an issue cleaning that shit out. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
By the way, I believe that girl said she's Canadian. I'm like, ugh.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, great. Now they're going to clear out of here and get violent.
Well, I mean, give it time.
You know why that 7 News one had that movie playing? Because they just have it hooked up to the TV. I don't think they're even there. They're just getting the views. But they have it hooked up to Channel 7 on the TV or whatever, and they're playing that movie.
I don't know. I mean, that I wouldn't mind saying, have a conspiracy theory on, just say that the reason why that is because if you click on it, then your channel will be, or your video will be taken down because you played a certain amount of footage because you're going around like this.
He was watching Channel 7 News coverage of Boston, and then they switched to a movie. It's one of those do you remember back in the day? I don't know if they did this in the States, but in Canada, okay. You'd be watching one of the old school movies that your parents would like, you know? Or Perry Mason or some shit. And that Ultramatic guy would come on.
No.
You don't remember those Ultramatic commercials with that old guy who's like, I'm a detective and blah, blah, blah.
No.
No. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. There'd always be an Ultramatic bed commercial because old people, right?
Well, that just tells you that they are well aware of the demographic that's watching TV these days.
But how do people get away with like whole comedy shows that they put on YouTube and they don't get in trouble?
They probably
I don't know.
They probably do. They just haven't, been in the algorithm yet. Essentially, I mean, everyone gets caught. You just have to wait long enough.
Okay, I'm gonna play just like the first 10 seconds of this commercial because that's enough to get the point of it. Okay, these are the commercials that would be played on movies, on TV movies. Ready?
I don't get it, Chair.
You're looking good.
And when it's over, we'll be feeling stiff and sore.
Maybe not. I told them about ultramatic beige.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you this much: I don't recall those at all. I'm not saying you're a liar or anything, Chair. I'm just saying I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell.
well, it was obviously on TV at some point if it's online as a commercial.
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong. I never said that you're wrong. I'm just saying it's just something I don't recall ever seeing it.
Maybe that was an Ontario thing.
Well, or maybe it's a certain time frame thing, or maybe I luckily blacked it out of my head because it was just so stupid.
It was around the same time that they had I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh, I remember those.
Those ones I do recall, mostly because I think they were also stupid, but they were fun to watch.
Help me, I'm falling and I can't get up.
Well, when you're watching a show and you'll all of a sudden be on a channel. You'll all of a sudden be on a channel and then it'll be like, PBS is brought to you by viewers like you.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Shiva for Senate and it says Stop Monsanto. That's your platform.
That's a pretty lame platform.
Black lives do matter, but I'm the only black guy standing here. That's hilarious. That they got all these Black Lives Matter signs held up by these rednecks.
Guilt trip. It's guilt trip.
That's not what democracy looks like, but whatever.
Yeah, that's what mob mentality looks like.
Yeah, I mean, the right to protest.
That might be what First Amendment looks like, but I don't know about democracy.
Look, the right to protest is definitely, a right to have. But the way things have been going so far, it's going to be called into question whether or not you'll even still have that right. If you want to...
Yeah, because they'll have martial law everywhere.
Well, yeah, because effectively, if things are going to get worse and worse and worse, and if Trump does, I doubt that he will, but if he does enact martial law, they'll use this as right, say he's overstepped his bounds, he can't do this. Citizens are upset, and they would have a right to be so, but come on, people are fucking destroying stuff. If he did do that, I mean, look what you people are doing. It's not Trump's fault for martial law; it's yours.
You can answer this, right, Red? It says men do not have a metabolic pathway for estrogen and need to take a supplement.
That's bullshit because men do have a pathway for estrogen. That's why estrogen supplements work in terms of hormone replacement therapy.
Ben Shapiro is Jewish. He sidesteps the issue that the Holocaust was fabricated. Dear God. Where were you raised? In a bubble? Like, Alex Jones is controlled opposition, huh? Yeah. Is that why they're trying to shut him down all the fucking time? Because he's controlled opposition? Someone's paying him, but yet he's being shut down constantly? And no, Alex Jones is just a nutcase. The character of Alex Jones is a nutcase. I don't know about him in real life.
No, him in real life, it's already been confirmed that he plays a character, and that was because his ex-wife was using his show to try and get custody of their kid.
Yeah.
And he had to go on court and on record to say, no, that's just a character. That's not who I am. And then he would present like off air recordings, or not the stuff that they would broadcast and show him performing the character. So it's been confirmed that no, that's a character. Everything that you see, all the eccentric attitude, that's just to get views. He is not that crazy.
Those guys in those shirts aren't cops, so what are they?
Oath keepers? I don't know.
They had white X's on their jackets and like the blue hat there. That guy? I don't know if that's a cop or not. I don't know. Is it? I guess it is, but yeah.
Which one are you talking about? The middle one or the top?
No, I was just trying to figure out the cops all have different types of vests on and shit. So
quick. Oh, all right, never mind. I don't know if you saw it, but in the left,
Christ, buddy.
In the left screen, there was like a white hand with the finger up. They had a black guy and a white guy had their hands up, and they had like one finger up. You can sort of see.
This guy really needs a plain background. That's what he needs.
All right. Oh, fuck, we missed it. I was going to say that's just a photo op moment. How much you want to bet there's a journalist there taking pictures and that'll be on front page news?
Look at this guy's chat, though. This guy's chat is really terrible. The font and everything. Like his setup is just garbage.
You garbage.
Well, the bright colors and everything, fine. It'll get people's attention, but it's really annoying when you're trying to watch footage. Nothing violent. That's not fair. There was violence, but not anymore.
How sad is it that that's what people look for now?
I should just say the most offensive thing possible to this guy in chat and see how he responds to it.
No, Hitler didn't do nothing.
Remember, if you drink water bottles, you're being filled with estrogen.
So, stay stream Diet Coke, is that it?
Yeah.
That's the best way to get hydrated.
Whoops.
Or I guess we can't drink that because that's probably filled with stuff to make your dick go small. Gatorade? Oh no, that gives you the shits. I guess there's nothing that's really edible to drink. Is blood still okay?
No, that'll dehydrate you.
Oh, right, that's true. It's got all the salts and all the other kind of stuff that's in regular body. Oh, well, I guess there's nothing much else to do but to drink our own piss.
That'll eventually kill your kidneys.
Probably, but at least I'll live a pure life.
No, but you see, the problem with that is like the animals drink the water and the stuff that's in your food, and then you eat the animals, and then.
So in other words, if I actually want like an actual pure diet of some sort, I should probably head over to like I don't know, the rainforest or something, some with naturally filtered waters.
Yep.
I'm sure then I'll probably inherit the genetic necessariness.
But even those spring water companies, right? The spring water companies, most of them come from municipal tap water. So. Yeah.
Anyway, Chair, I think I'm gonna have to dip.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll talk to you later, my dude.
Yep, see ya.
Nice talking to you, Samaj.
Yep, take care.
One of these days, I'm probably going to commission you, but it's going to be one of these months, more like.
All right. Take your time. I'm plenty busy.
Toodles.
Yep, take care.
Now I'm trying to argue that Alex Jones wasn't demonetized. He just says he is. It's like, come on, fuck off. I can tell you that this thing about, they're just trying to silence people in the government's just trying to silence you. No, I can tell you for sure that that's bullshit. I can confirm. Based on what happened to my channel. It's not some government conspiracy to silence you. It's a YouTube AI.
Oh, well, also, is it the government or is it like, someone else's government?
It's Google.
Or other people try to silence you. I hear the rebel.media is trying to silence people now.
Yeah. Well, the Rebel has turned into full-blown alt-righters. That's why Gavin left. So.
Yeah. Well, everyone left. I mean, Faith Goldie, pretty much everyone left the Rebel. Mostly because it's a sinking ship. Everyone sees that it's not feasible.
Yep. My next story is gonna be about the fact that the cops that were killed last night.
There were cops killings last night?
6 of them.
Shit.
Well, 2 died, 4 got shot, but we don't know how many more are gonna die. We don't know yet.
Gotcha.
3 different cities. It seems coordinated, but I don't know if it is yet. But people are gonna see this and say, "Oh, that's a good idea." But the comment sections are already full of like, "Oh, good, no more pigs," you know.
Well, that's not bad at all. That's not like disrespectful to the people who put their lives on the line.
All cops are good. They're not. All cops are not good. There are some bad apples out there, but doing this kind of thing is just going to encourage more. So in my thing, I'm going to be like, I'm going to play a clip from Cop Killer and be like, yeah, anybody that thinks that hears this song and thinks, hey, that's a good idea, fuck you.
Well, it's sort of like the rhetoric of saying that not all Muslims are terrorists. Yeah, well, not all cops. Hold on, let me finish the analogy. Not all cops are bad people. I mean, it is a case of not all. With that said, though, I mean, there's no reason whatsoever to attribute malice to the police and to all the stuff just because. Well, also you just sort of play the numbers game. I mean, you look at me at people who get arrested and actually get hurt and injured and all that. You go through. If you just did the numbers, you look at it, the actual evidence at hand. You wouldn't say that the cops are racist. Most people wouldn't say it. And I'm not saying there isn't some racism. I'm just saying that it's a jump in logic to do that.
Well, one of them was drug related. They were doing a drug thing or something. The other one was like a suicide call, which could have been faked to lure cops there. It probably was. No evidence of that, but I'm just saying that that's what's happened before. So, because you show up to a call of an attempted suicide, then you get shot at. What? You know. And the other one, I don't know. I couldn't find any information about what it was, but there was 2 in Florida, 1 in Pennsylvania.
About like cop shootings, or?
Yeah. So there's 3 different shootings, and 6 cops total were shot, and 2 died. And Trump mentioned it this morning, but you don't see the media reporting on that anywhere. You know, you don't see it on Twitter very much unless you dig for it.
Right.
And right is like you're just not hearing about these stories. Like the thing in Russia was barely covered.
Well, it's so barely I don't even know about it. So what happened in Russia?
You didn't hear about it very much?
Well, if I did, I wouldn't be asking the question now, would I?
Apparently a guy that's with ISIS, because ISIS said that they did it, ran around and then got killed.
Okay. All right. That's bad. Also, I mean, ISIS.
2 are dead.
ISIS takes what? What'd you say?
2 are dead, I think. I think 2 died so far. That's it.
Okay. Well, that's tragic. I was going to say that ISIS has been well known for taking responsibility for everything. I mean, like, if there's like a mass suicide going around there, they take responsibility for that and say like, oh yeah, we put something in the water or something like that.
Well, not necessarily Finland. They didn't take credit for Finland, I don't think.
It could have been they didn't even know it was there. I mean, all I'm saying is like they'll take credit for a lot of things. So I mean, ISIS themselves aren't really a credible source, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if it had something. If there was a mass terrorist attack, I wouldn't be surprised if it did have something to do with Islam.
David says that he could run around and scream that the Bolshevik Revolution never happened and nobody would bat an eye. It's like, yeah, they would say that you're a moron. If you run around saying the Bolshevik Revolution never happened, people call you a moron, just like they do if you run around saying that the Holocaust never happened.
You getting trolled or something here, my dude?
We have the bodies to prove that the Holocaust happened. No, this guy says he's not trolling. He says he's telling the truth. It's like, okay.
Yeah, well, so is Coppercat, but no one believes that.
You don't understand. I watch Coast to Coast. I listen to Coast to Coast AM once in a while. I don't really believe it, but I like to listen to it once in a while for the voice or whatever. There are people who believe this shit. There's lots of them. They're all over that show all the time, and they're calling in. They're his guests and everything. People who believe this shit, believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't people who don't believe this shit. I'm just saying it's
like look at our Canadian friend Evalian.
Oh, Evalian. She's a special case.
She's from Ontario, where I live. A small place called Pickering, I think it is. Which isn't a very big town. That's why it's funny to have like a neo-Nazi girl growing up there.
Well, I mean, it's surprising there's a lot more of those like bizarre neo-Nazi people in smaller towns.
I know, but that's a town where there's a lot of immigrants.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was going to say that's sort of why a lot of small towns get bad reputation because they do tend to breed these bizarre points of view.
She said when CTV interviewed her that like they only aired like a small portion of the interview. It's like, yeah, that's what they always do.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I mean, I wouldn't trust the CBC with anything, really.
Her crying at the airport because her boyfriend couldn't get back into the country was the most funny thing ever.
Why was he? I'm not aware of this story. What? Her boyfriend couldn't get back in the country, or?
No, boyfriend's a neo-Nazi, right? So.
Oh.
Pretty much, like her boyfriend's a Nazi guy, but like no, she says that they, at the airport, they detained them both and then went through her private journal, her private diary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why are you writing hateful shit in your diary?
I see.
But that's what they do. If you're like that and you're hanging with somebody who's on a list, they're gonna check your bags, they're gonna check your books, they're gonna check everything you have on you.
I'm not opposed to people having points of view that are wacky because, I mean, that's just something that I think you should be allowed to do if you want to. But if you silence crazy points of view, then, I mean, you give them some, some rights to say that, oh, yeah, I'm being oppressed, or my points of view. You give it some legitimacy. So, I mean, if you don't like someone's point of view, just, debate them, show them that they're wrong.
Well, Evalian's pretty harmless as far as neo-Nazis go. Like, real neo-Nazis are like the example in American History X or whatever. That was based on an actual guy. Those guys will just they'll just kill you. They won't bother to make bitchy, whiny YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like that's what these wannabe neo-Nazis don't get. Is it's like it's ridiculous. So.
I don't know. Well, and in regards to all these protests going on and punch a Nazi in the face, if you're gonna get labeled Nazi anyway, then you're just gonna force them to go, yeah, okay, fine, I'm a Nazi. What are you gonna do about it? I mean, it's not that they actually are. It's just like no matter what you say, you're gonna label them that anyway. So they're gonna be like they're just gonna embrace it anyways, just as a thing of pride. Just because
you're on timeout, David, because I'm sick of you. No one's here, but I'm sick of you flooding the chat with all that conspiracy bullshit.
Yeah, I'm okay with conspiracy bullshit.
Too much of it. Too much. It's too much at once.
It's too much at once. Ah, man, it's fine.
No, he's flooding it way too much and saying like all this other crap that he was saying. I don't normally censor people. It's getting annoying. It's just like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think he's trolling you. I mean, I don't think he actually believes that. I don't.
Then he'll get it. Then he'll get a kick out of being put on timeout.
Well, maybe he will. Maybe he will, and then maybe he'll come back, and then you'll have a stalker.
Yeah. A viewer's a viewer, I guess. But,
yeah.
I'm just doing this to kill time because I don't want to have anything going on in my life right now.
Yeah, there you go. It happens.
Probably watch some movies and shit later, but
Yeah, gotta unwind from all the bullshit going on. And just you wait. As soon as you end the stream, things are gonna go violent.
oh, probably.
Well, there's a fair bit of cops going on in this footage.
Yeah. So someone said it. One of the comments about the police shooting today was like, "Oh, well, that's like a couple less racist Nazi cops," and the other guy said like, "Awesome, keep burying them." It's like, fuck off. Those are obviously trolls making those comments. I know that, but still. Yeah, the cops have it set up so poorly right now that if shit were to go down, it's so chaotic.
Yeah.
Well, people are running right now, so I don't know what's happening, but I wish he would switch to a new.
if they're running, they're probably going, the check cleared! The check cleared! Riot!
The Soros check, yeah.
Yeah, the Soros check finally cleared. Because that's all they're waiting for. Fuck, I got hiccups now.
Is this footage from like a police bike? I think it is. That or the guy carrying the camera trying to run and keep up with the cops. I think that's what it is. Something's happening. Hold on, let me. Yeah, you hear the siren, so something's going down right now.
Oh. That's exciting.
Oh, shit, they got somebody. Uh-oh, look at this shit.
I'm seeing it.
They're all like, oh, I get to beat a suspect? I gotta run down there and catch up with them because I want to beat him too. This is gonna be bad. See, look how many of these guys are showing up. They're way outnumbering the cops at this point.
Yeah, that's
not gonna be good. And you see how petrified that one cop is standing there. He's like, what do I do? Because I'm like, there's only like 5 of us. Oh, now they're leaving again, I guess. Yeah, because now they have to block a crowd because it's getting... Is that an Asian kid? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to see what was actually happening, but
it's a bit pixelated. I'll tell you that much.
No, there'll be stuff all over the news later saying how so-and-so was violent or whatever, right? They always do that kind of shit. Oh, hold on. If it'll load, I was trying to load CNN and see what's going on. Really? CNN's headline is just like, oh, they have a protest in Boston as there's a big debate about race and monuments.
Race and monuments. Look, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, look, monuments are part of history. You really just need to leave them alone.
Well, the Charlottesville mayor came out on CNN and said, I changed my mind about the monuments.
In what way?
I don't know, about taking them down, I guess. Because they said they were taking that thing down and selling it and then giving reparations to the black community, right? That's what they were supposed to be doing. But him changing his mind is just going to cause more stuff. It's going to cause Kessler to be on and on and on at the mayor's office. He's never going to stop until that statue is allowed to remain,
I think all the statues need to remain. I don't think it's right to take them down at all.
I know. Yeah, but these are the low end cops. These aren't the cops with the sticks in their hands. They would never confront them.
Yeah, well, let's see.
I would be I kind of feel for the bike cops though, not the motorcycles, the ones that have to ride a normal bike.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's good exercise, and you can go places where motorbikes can't, and you don't have to worry about running out of gas. Just stamina.
My hometown had guys on horseback.
Oh yeah.
It's in the middle of the city, like it's not country at all. It's not like prairies or anything. It's just they had a couple horseback police officers going through downtown trying to stop guys on bikes and whatnot. They had the bike guys too, but they were just I don't know. I've had good interactions with cops and I've had bad ones. I've had more bad than good though.
Yeah.
You know, so to say that white people never experienced that, that's a lie.
Exactly. I'll tell you this much. Who I hate interacting with just because they're always so I guess intense is the RCMP.
Yeah, no.
I mean, nothing against the RCMP. They're doing great work and all that stuff. But every interaction I've ever had to them, like with also because like my ex-girlfriend, her father was an RCMP kind of guy, and he mentioned, "What do you do?" I do art. Fucking, the guy couldn't get rid of you fast enough. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here." Artist? No, nope.
I was like, I don't know.
I couldn't crack a joke around the guy. I couldn't do anything. He would just sort of look at me and you could tell he was like, "I wish you would die." And it's like this just, being around you just makes me uncomfortable. He would just give you death glares. I could never say anything funny. I could never say anything good. Never say anything. No. You could die.
The fact that Liz Reptile claims that this hashtag stop shadow banning thing will work when mine's been up for like hours and hours and hours and barely has any views on it.
Well, she's yeah. I mean, I think because she's a bigger YouTuber and all that. I mean, it affects her livelihood.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, Suit Yourself covered hers, but he's not going to cover mine.
Well, here's the thing: if the bigger YouTubers get taken down, smaller YouTubers are going to be next. Like, here's the thing: they would go after you just because you're smaller and you're easier, and if they take you down, there won't be really much of a hubbub about it.
No, the point I made in the video is that bigger YouTubers, if they get videos put on limited ads, it doesn't hurt them as much because they have so many thousands of people. The smaller YouTubers like Liz or whatever, Liz can't work or whatever, so it makes it like take that away, and it's more serious for a smaller YouTuber.
Yeah, it is kind of a problem for a lot of them, but you have to remember, I mean, if you take out the big ones, the easier ones are easy to take care of. Because let's say there was a mass thing of like smaller YouTubers getting taken down. Well, someone bigger like Sargon might say, "Hey, yeah, I've been getting stuff saying that smaller YouTubers are getting taken down," and that'll be more of an awareness. If you take down the bigger ones before you take out the little ones, it won't be that big of an issue to the public.
Yeah.
My theory on that. I can't say that with any certainty. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure there's a reason.
Yeah. Does that girl think that her hair looks good?
I don't know.
She's got the weirdest haircut. But then again, she could probably beat the shit out of me with all those tattoos and shit. So.
Well, with all those tattoos on her, I mean, I tend to think that she didn't really make very good life choices.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything bad about people with tattoos, but
listen to her talk.
No reason. I'm sure there's a reason.
That's your brother? Haha. It's her brother that was getting arrested.
Uh-huh.
And they won't tell her why. It's like they don't have to tell her why.
Well, on top of that, not like it matters if you tell her why or not, because I mean, she's gonna spin it.
You watch. There will be a GoFundMe with this girl probably.
Probably.
Hold on, I will turn the volume off in a second. My mouse died.
I mean, remember Moldylocks?
Like Energizer Bunny, my ass.
Indeed. Remember Moldylocks? She had like a GoFundMe saying like, oh, I need to get my medical bills covered and get the scars. I mean, she was an obvious cash grab.
Oh, I know. This girl's probably gonna come out and say my brother was falsely arrested. Blah blah blah. Let's get money for his defense fund.
Yeah, probably.
And the story will come out: racist cop arrest blah blah blah, and it's like, meanwhile he's black. The problem is no one saw what he did. The cops just came running. The scanner. The only way to know what was said is if you're listening to a scanner at the time.
And so if you like his kind of live streaming, feel free to go to Periscope and subscribe to him. I don't even know what you're calling on Periscope. Is it subscribing to somebody or following somebody? Anyways, and we got one more donation from Big Nuts gave another one, and Ace Trades gave another one.
This guy's doing it right.
And Ace Trade said, I know my donation isn't much, but you know what? Even the small donations really helps out, so thank you.
More money than I have right now. But I try to place that girl's accent. I think it's like born in New York but lives in Boston now. I don't know. Or came from New York to go to Boston. I don't know. Because the accent was really weird.
Well, Boston accents are relatively similar to New York accents.
No, just the attitude was New York. Like it definitely was. Oh, another one.
Well, I listen to a lot of Bill Burr, and he's from Boston. And he sounds like he's from New York, and that's because that's just the way that they are. I think you can boil it down to just plain old American.
Just checking in on you. Yeah, that's the best part of the podcast when he does that. But the worst part is that the type of woman he married. I'm disappointed in him for that. But
who? What?
Bill Burr's wife is an SJW.
Well, that I don't know about you, but I find that to be the best part. She gives him
black woman, and she's Black Lives Matter type of thing too, right?
She gives him every ounce of inspiration to make the jokes that he makes. I guarantee you that she is probably the best part of his life because he gets more materials from her than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, plus he's got a kid now, so
exactly. And if he gets divorced and whatnot, here's the thing: she can never fuck him over because otherwise she'll end up getting turned into part of his act.
Yeah,
and he'll talk about the fucking lady who took the family and all that, and yeah, for her it's like just don't fuck up.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing about Bill Burr though. His stand-up act used to be, "I'll never get married."
I know. Well, and the thing is that eventually you eventually will sell down. Even I'm starting to go, you know what? It's about time I probably should consider it. I know I haven't gotten laid in a while, but maybe I should actually consider it. That way, have a family, whatever. But I had to stop and think to myself, I'm 33. If I want to have kids, or at least healthy related kids, I need to get with a chick that's younger than me.
Well, let me tell you this: it's harder there. It's harder there for a pimp right now. So,
well, I ain't gonna be the fucking pimp. I'm just
No, I just meant trying to get any pussy whatsoever at this point. At this point, with all the when you don't agree with the narrative, it's really difficult. You have to pretend to be an SJW just to get pussy now.
Well, I think not necessarily. I think that SJW mindsets have actually been decreasing pretty heavily in society, to the point where I think it's actually a lot safer now than ever before. But I think
the best way is to meet someone who actually watches your shit already.
Well, maybe. I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole. But I'm just saying, like the overall narrative has already been pretty much broken. I think that there's a lot of girls out there who don't subscribe to social justice narratives. I think that the culture war has essentially been won, but now it's just
There are finding them. That's the trouble.
no. I think it's a little easier than it was before. But the thing I'm trying to say here is that the culture war has pretty much been won, and with that, you can pretty much get away with or not get away, but you can pretty much like be safe to go out there and meet people.
Are you kidding me though? I even talk to people on a fetish site and I get SJWs and feminists. Like,
yeah, I'm not saying that they're not out there. I'm just saying, like, from a culture war perspective, it's not as bad as it used to be.
no, but it's hard at the point where I go, yeah, I make YouTube videos. Oh, what kind of stuff do you talk about? I'm like, when that moment comes, and it's either, goddamn neighbor. I don't know if you can hear the dogs or not, but last night she had her music so fucking loud, like you could hear it across the street probably. So I think someone called the cops on her again.
Could be.
Because I heard loud talk in the hallway earlier, and I think she was talking to the cops or something. I don't know. Like, this girl's a psychopath, so that's why I didn't call the cops on her myself, because it was the noise though was so ridiculous. It was just insane. And it will only be like on Friday nights. It'll only be like on the weekend that she does that. So I'm like, oh, she must be having sex. That must be what it is.
In other words, she's just trying to be respectful and say, yeah, I'm getting it on.
No, this girl's not respectful. She doesn't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
If someone walks by in the hallway and makes a tiny little bit of noise, she'll come out and scream at you.
Oh, okay, so she's just the right cunt.
Okay, so she said that some of the PSWs here had like not put the garbage in the chute properly. Okay, it's an apartment building, right? So she started going out. She knew that they were putting the garbage out because she's like right beside the garbage chute. She would come out with her camera and take a picture and get right in there and make sure that they're putting it down the chute properly and everything.
So in other words, she's just incredibly bored.
And her and this girl down the hall fight and scream at each other constantly. No, this woman is completely mentally ill. Like she's got actual issues. So, and she said to the cops once when they were here because of them fighting, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm bipolar and everything, but I don't take my medication and all this stuff. It's like,
bipolars, fucking bipolars.
No, but it's like maybe you should take your meds.
If you're bipolar,
I think taking your meds would be a wise choice.
If you're bipolar, yeah, take your fucking meds.
No, but if you're at the point that you're screaming at everybody all the time and you need your meds,
Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry, I was just trying to move wires around.
That's okay. There's only like what? How many people are watching right now?
That guy left.
Oh, it's just the one guy. All right, so we're just shooting the shit, eh?
Yeah, basically.
Ah.
So he left. He left when I couldn't handle the timeout. I didn't boot him or anything. I'll probably end this soon anyway. I just want to see if anybody was around that wanted to watch it. That I thought I would. I don't know how this guy gets all the viewers. Well, I do. That's because he's at 258,000 subscribers. But that kind of helps, right?
Yeah, kind of.
That's basically what he does. He was doing this during Charlottesville too, where he just shows all the different streams, and he just likes to have the video play without him interrupting it too much,
Right.
And people still donate money like crazy to his channel. Just in the super chat, you'll see like $50, $100, $10 here and there. I'd settle for $1, just $1, Bob.
$1.
Yeah, really proud of the men in blue. That's good. Yeah, the cops seem to be behaving themselves for the most part. So.
Mm-hmm. So it's pretty much a slow news day.
Well, no, it's just because they know the world's watching.
Yeah, that could be it.
Well, for the bad cops, anyway.
Well, if they find bad cops, then they'll use that against them. So, I mean, yeah, it's best to be on your best behavior.
Of course. And these guys aren't the guys that are usually. It's usually once they get the guys that are on the riot squad, that's when trouble begins.
Yeah.
Some of those guys they put on the riot squad for a reason, right?
At that point, if you need the riot squad, then, I mean, you know something's up.
Yeah. Not necessarily. They had them, like, most of these protests now, they tend to have them ready and waiting, you know? They have them ready and waiting off to the side somewhere. Like, this is just chaos, though, so if anything broke out, it would just be a mess. Anything more broke out, I should say.
Right.
But yeah. I love how every one of these events now, though, everyone's like, oh, and it's Islam. That's right.
It's like the moment from South Park, and it's Islam. Now we shouldn't get all shouldn't get all uppity and assume that it's some religion of peace or something like that. Oh, and it's Islam.
I know. 1 second, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I thought I heard my door, but I gotta check. I don't think anybody's there. No, it wasn't mine. Someone else was just banging around. I don't know. But I'm probably gonna end this and get to work and stuff anyway. So.
All right then.
Let me go.